You're live, Matt.
Yes, sir. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to Hot Boxing with Matt. Bear with me here, first time. Hopefully everything goes right. First of many. Um, I just want to tell everybody who's tuned in to watch me tonight. Thanks for coming. I know it's Saturday night, and I'm sure you got better things to do, other things to watch out for on Saturday night. But you know what? It's a good night to watch some barbecue. So let's get going, folks. Well, like I said, welcome to the show. My name is Matt Brooks. I've been pitmaster, been doing barbecue now since I was 16. So that put 23 years. Wow, 23 years. That's a lot of meat to cook up. Been doing competitions now for about 3 years. Been lucky enough to get a call to win some awards through the years. I've had good people standing behind me. I've had damn good partners with me. Sam Burton, I was with him for a little bit with Southern Sam's Barbecue, and I'm with Robert Fraser, or Skip Fraser, as anybody would know him, who we have OVB Barbecue, which stands for Old Veteran Bastards. Just a couple guys looking to have fun. I got to take a second out, and I've got to thank everybody, first and foremost, out at Warrior WO Entertainment, Warrior Outdoors, for giving me this opportunity to be here. And there he is, you sexy man. You, what are you doing?
Fucking sitting out here in the damn wind next to my chimney and my fucking smoker, man.
There you go, brother. You got to keep that thing safe with that tornado warning coming through your way.
Well, I think it's actually down south of us. All the reports are saying that they're staying south, so you be safe.
Well, you know, living in a trailer park, so let's just rattle the tin can and see what happens.
Well,
So here
you know what divorce and a tornado in Arkansas have in common?
Considering I'm from Arkansas and I got a lot of Arkansas viewers right now, go ahead.
Somebody's losing a trailer.
I can't hit you on the truth on that one.
Well, and you forgot to mention you're live on the world record holding WO Entertainment Network.
I didn't forget to mention that. Much like the rest of you overzealous Marines, you just come in and you start running your mouth before the rest of us have a chance to actually say what's going on.
Well, you are you are live with the boss, so
Yeah, you know what? Well, you know what bosses and shitty diapers have in common?
They both stink.
They're both full of shit and all over your ass, usually. Guys, everybody, I want you to take a second and welcome my buddy here, Justin. Boss man, main man supreme, and one of the hairbrains or brains behind that wonderful idea of not only beating, but demolishing that world record that we were just talking about a second ago. What was it, 171 hours total we ended up doing?
Yeah, 171. The record was 161 and some change. We actually did 171 and some change. And I'm super proud of everybody here at the network. Even with my just absolutely craptastic internet up here, I was able to join in a little bit. Did a little forging out in Flat Rock Forge, which is actually right behind me, and kind of tried to make a billet. Didn't work as good as I planned, but I'm learning. So but man, let's talk some Q, man. I'm
hell yeah, I'm all about that, man. I'm all about that. So that's the wonderful thing about forging and barbecuing. You're going to burn up a lot of wood. Exactly. You're going to burn up a lot of wood. You're going to burn up a lot of coal. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. But as long as you stick with it, it's going to come out pretty damn good in the long run.
That it is. It's one of those things. Coming up and smoking and stuff. I've actually only been running a smoker for probably 2-3 years now, and it's one of those. I've learned that there's certain woods, especially even with fruit wood, that they give it a weird wang to the actual flavor of the meat. You've got to have the right wood for the right meat, and and I know the comments are going to blow up with all kinds of perverted shit with that.
Oh, I mean, you're in a world where we're talking about rubbing butts all the time and playing with our wood and, sticking it in. So the jokes just write themselves all day long. Next time I go and do a competition, I need to have you out with me.
Well, and actually during the world record, I smoked a pork butt, and before we did that, we were live with the Rev, who was normally on Sundays, but he's taking a break for the rest of the year, and possibly renegotiating contract and whatever. But and I was on with him, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna rub my butt, then I'm gonna smoke my butt, and then I'm gonna eat my butt." And he thought that was the funniest damn thing ever. So
yeah, that's the fun thing about barbecuing is the fact that it takes all types, all shapes, all forms, and everybody can get to have fun. You go back to the roots of barbecue and the tradition of barbecue, and it's like Miss Tootsie said in the show that she did on Netflix. Barbecuing used to be a town affair, a neighborhood affair, a city affair. Everybody gets together and they brought something to it. Yeah,
hold on. Shannon just got 10 entries into the mystery box.
That's
comment.
So that's Shannon chewing. Let me back you up here a little bit. So you remember I talked to you about a cook-off coming up, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the two chefs I'm going up against. Or should I say against me? But him and Robert Skip Frazier, that my comp partner, those are the two guys that I'm going to go up against here on December 5th. That I just got the confirmation on that we will be going live from here.
Sweet.
Yep, we got it all set up. All life is good, and you guys will be with me the whole way. I'm going to get there and set up a little early and talk with the shop owner. And you guys are going to be with me the whole way. So I ain't scared. Yeah. I got one hand tied behind my back doing a podcast, and I'm still going to beat these two guys.
Sounds great. I can't wait to see it. I guess if I come down to do a comp with you, I better not let my secrets out. So,
the bad thing is I'm afraid of doing a comp with you because if you came down and did a comp with me, that means I'm going to have a Navy guy and I'm going to have a Marine with me. And
so
you two put together
three out of four. I'm sure we can find a chair force guy.
Oh, that's not going to be hard to find. Somebody sit around drinking beer and eating meat on their butt. Yeah, that's not going to be hard.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, I don't know if I can get a word in edgewise and playing with butts with you two may take a whole nother turn.
But yeah, man, I'm super excited. And see, the thing is, me and you have two totally different styles of smoking.
Yes.
So
yes.
that's my downfall as far as comp goes, because I can't do the time limit because my slowest smoke is probably 8 hours.
And see, there's a lot of guys that do that. My personal problem with that is, what he was talking about, folks, real quick, let me back up here, is typically in barbecuing, there's two types of cookers. There's a low and slow cooker, and there's a hot and fast cooker. Well, when it comes to barbecue, to competitions and things like that, my partner and I, we're a hot and fast cooker. We can get everything usually done in about 6 hours, loaded out, ready to go. To where Justin here, he's a low and slow guy. We run 275, somewhere around in there, a little bit hotter if we need to. Justin, you was telling me you run what, 225, 250?
That's on the high end.
Yeah.
I try and run as low as I possibly can. Something that I learned early on was, running low like that. It helps keep the dirty smoke down.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't get that dirty smoke flavor to it. But depending on what I'm doing and what my time hack is, I'll run anywhere from 175 to 200. The other day, whenever I did the one on Cooking with Goose for the world record, I actually ran that one at 250 the entire run, and it was done in 4 hours. So,
see, And I agree with you. You know, the low and slow process and the low and slow principle is a wonderful thing because I believe you can set a bark with it that you traditionally probably couldn't with the hot and fast method.
Right.
But my deal is with comps, my lazy butt don't want to be up babysitting a fire all that long.
Yeah.
So, you know, we get up, we're ready to roll by 4 o'clock in the morning. We got our first meet on there shortly after. And then our second meet on, you know, by 5 o'clock, to where a guy like you, as I'm going to lay down, you're firing up and you're getting ready to throw your first meet on, and somebody's babysitting all night long.
Yep.
I mean, if you got a pit that you can dial in, you know, that's one thing. But a lot of guys I've noticed would catch them up and down all night long. It just completely tore up. Which reminds me of a funny story. I did a comp down in Clinton, Missouri here a couple of years ago. And there was a couple of guys that was set up a few stalls down from us, partying it up, having a good time all night long. And this is the first comp I ever did where when I looked at the score sheet, they actually received an inedible.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So we got talking to him. My partner at that time, Sam Burton, and we got talking. And it was like, we got talking to him. Like, what happened? It's like, man, I don't know. He said, we were all drinking. You know, it's time to fire it up and go. And everybody was still up. Everybody was still drinking. We couldn't get anybody to go to sleep. I'm like, dude, I mean, there's a disqualification because of something's wrong. And then there's inedible, which means you just might as well not turn anything in the box. But that was so far of all the comps I've done, that's been the only time I've ever seen one come in with an inedible. And, you know, knock on wood, I haven't got any of that.
Sam says they were running mesquite, if he remembers right.
They were running skeet. I didn't see that. Thanks for the catch. I believe you're right. I think they were running skeet. Sam, what was the name of that group, man? If you can remember it, send it to me or something like that. But you remember who I'm talking about because we can smell their smoke all along. And yeah, they were drunker than Cooter Brown. Great guy. Don't get me wrong. You know, we met him about 4:30, 5 o'clock that morning. Came around, stumbling around, and we had coffee with him. Great guy, just couldn't cook his way out of McDonald's sack. That
You know what I think would be really cool is because Kansas City has the Kansas City Barbecue Competition Commission or whatever that's called.
Yep.
If they would do an all vets comp.
You know, the great thing about that is KCBS is just a sanctioning body. That's all they are. They have organizers who are usually master judges, certified judges, stuff like that. They have people that, hey, I want to do a comp. This is what I want to do. Right. And, you know, it's funny you say that. My partner Skip and I this year, we actually did a cook out around Independence at VFW Hall up there. And first year cook for us, second or third year cook for them total. And it was the funniest damn thing. We ended up taking second place overall. First place chicken, first place pork. First place ribs, second place pork. Man, I don't even remember.
You would have had first place pork if it would have been me.
Well, you know, I'm ready to go anytime, any place, man. I'll throw down anywhere, anytime. Give me an old Weber kettle grill and a couple of chunks of coal, man. Make you something good. But what I was going to say, it was the funniest damn thing is because we were the new team on the block. Nobody knew who we were. The other difference about us is we cook with pellet smokers. We cook with Traeger pellet smokers, which a lot of guys will look at.
Oh, y'all cheat.
Yeah, bite me, dough girl. I'm going to tell you the same thing I've told every other person that's ran a pit in their life. The guys that started this, the ones who did this long before us, if they had this stuff that we have now to use, I guarantee told you they'd use it. So it ain't.
Oh, hell yeah.
So,
hey.
But like I said, we took second place overall.
See that smoker right there? It's electric.
You know, I had one of those up until a little bit until the wife yelled at me about having 10 smokers in the yard and I had to get rid of them. But it was the funniest damn thing was we beat the house cook, the guy that does all their cooking for him at the BFW. Oh, we didn't beat him. We came in second place to him. Less than half a point away was the only difference.
Oh.
So The second first place call we got, all you heard in the bar at the VFW hall was, where the hell these guys come from? So Skip and I, we started laughing. And then as we left, walking out of the bar, it was the funniest thing because half the bar was, hey, man, good job, congratulations. Hope to see you next year. You know, it was great, good cook, blah, 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 blah. The rest of the people was, if looks could kill, we'd be 6 feet deep right now. And then as we were packing up to leave, there were some people a couple stalls down from us. One guy was like, yeah, man, I don't know what the hell happened this year. The guys that took second place, you know, they were cooking on pellet smokers. Says that as I'm walking right by, and all I could do is just stop, turn around, big old smile, and walked off. So that was a good time. I mean, but you got to understand.
That's crazy.
You got to understand. I mean, it's a fun thing, dude. It really is. But to do a full-blown barbecue competition, it's something different. It's a different world, man, because you got to figure, you show up Friday afternoon. Well, let's start Monday, the Monday before the comp. Comp's on Saturday, and we're starting Monday. Monday, you're going out buying your meat, getting everything set up and ready to go if you don't have it all. Tuesday's an off day, nothing to worry about. Wednesday, you're doing your meat trimming, getting your injection set up, make sure you got all your rubs and everything else to go. Thursday, you're making your checklist to make sure you have everything in the trailer, on the trailer, around the trailer that you need to work with, that you're going to need this weekend, and everything that you may not, you pray to God you may not need, but you're going to need to make it through the day. Friday, you load up. Friday, you load up and you go wherever in the country wherever you want to go cook. You get there 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You get everything set up. 5:30, 6 o'clock, they come around to inspect your meat. They get done doing that. Now it's where you start making your chicken brines. It's where you start doing all your brines, getting all your injections, getting all that shit set up. If everything goes right, it's now 9, 10 o'clock at night, Friday night. You lay down. You get ready to get some sleep.
I was going to say, time to drink a beer and go to bed.
Exactly. Well, most guys, Sam Burton, was probably, 6-pack, 12-pack in by this point. But you're right. It's time to go to bed. If you're a hot and fast cooker, if you're a low and slow cooker, you're firing up your pit and you're getting ready to put meat on. So with us being hot and fast cookers, you lay down, you get some sleep. 3:30, you're back up at it. You got your fire started by 3:30. That way it's ready to roll by 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning.
Get all that bad smoke out.
Yeah, exactly. Get your temp, get your chamber up to temp, get everything ready, make sure life is good. 4 o'clock in the morning, your brisket's on. 5 o'clock in the morning, butt's on. And then from there on out, you have maybe 2 hours between 6 o'clock in the morning and 11 o'clock in the morning to take a breather and figure out what the hell you're doing. That 10:30, at the 10:30 mark, you're getting ready to start turning stuff in. You get ready, you pull your stuff off. Hopefully everything's off, everything's ready to go, everything's good, resting. Now it comes to presentation time where you're making making sure your box looks right, making sure your chicken's done, making sure all your meat's done and everything ready to go. And then you're just running from 12, 12:30, 1:30, because you have 30-minute increments on your turn-ins on all. So all your meats are turned in. You're drinking that beer. You're having that cigar. You're looking at the complete and total mess that has become your trailer. And you're asking yourself, why the hell am I doing this? Where's the fun in this? And then you get up there and they call your name. You get the little $75 check or whatever. You come back. Everything's broke down, loaded up. And you're in your phone looking for that next competition for the next weekend. And that's, if you get that $75 check, cool. If you don't, you don't care. You had so much fun. You're out there with your friends. You're out there with your family. We all talk a lot of crap on the competition circuit, but I can tell you right now, in the competition circuit, I have never met a better group of guys in my life short of my time in the service. Because these are the guys that it don't matter what they need to do to help you. If it's within their realm of being able to help you, they want to help you. Because we all have this mind frame. We all have the same concept that we want to beat you at your best. I don't want to think that I beat you because because you forgot this or you forgot that or this or that happened. I want to beat you because I know that you're at your best, and that's what's going to make that win even better for us. But you
Yeah.
know that's the competition world, you know, and then in barbecue itself, you have the competition world, you have the restaurant, you have the catering, you have the backyard, and that's all different types, which I am going to touch on. My plan with the show is, you know, having a lot of guys like you on. Little
Yeah,
back.
I'm actually going to jump off here because I'm having internet issues.
All right,
But
man. You be safe.
brother,
Be careful.
have fun. Much love. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'll be trying to watch as much as I can.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Much love, guys.
Yes, sir. We'll see you. All right. Sorry, guys. So that was Justin. That was Boss Man himself. And hey, I'm still on. So I guess I didn't get fired yet, but that may come at the end of the shift. But like I was saying, you know, kind of a little bit of information about what I'm wanting to convey in my show is, you know, I'm wanting to take this on all levels. There is, I think the last time I heard, there was like 450 million podcast blogs, whatever you want to call it, out there for people to listen to. And the fact that you guys are here listening to me right now, spending your Saturday night with me, guys, I can't thank you enough. And because of that, I'm going to bring a little different twist to this show. Like I said, we're going to talk comp barbecue. I'm going to have some competitors on here. We're going to talk backyard stuff. You know, what entry level stuff, what you guys like to do, what you want to start with, how to start. You know, talk about wood, meat, stuff like that. We're going to talk the business side of it. I got a couple buddies of mine set up that is going to come talk to us about how they made that transition to the business world from the competition world, or vice versa. You know, competition then business. Most people usually do comp then business once they get their name out there. So, which I want to take a second. I want to thank my main number one sponsor. You'll see, oh, wrong side, them right behind me here. You can see right there. That is Charlie's Pride Catering and Barbecue out of Edwardsville, Kansas. Guys, I can't thank you enough for hitching your wagon to this horse and letting me bring it on out to the masses and get everybody out there. I know the head pit master down there, pretty good guy. Kind of weird if you ask me, and I think a couple other people in the chat here may agree with that one. But I tell you, just a great guy, great company, great people, veteran owned and operated. They're out there just trying to start up their deal. Go give their Facebook page a like, if you will, and also got an Instagram page. Go check them out. That's Charlie's Pride Barbecue KC.com. Website coming. I'm having little problems right now, but go take a look at us on Facebook. So, guys, I appreciate you. But, you know, folks, I mean, this is where I really want to be interactive. I really want to be interactive. I want to get everybody's idea on this. I want to get, you know, I want to have everybody have some fun with this. You know, you're right, Justin. I've heard he's an asshole too, but, you know, it kind of just comes from what you get. Sorry, guys. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties here on my side. I say technical difficulties. It is operator error 110%. I can guarantee you that one. All right, so that works. So I just jump in here in the chat real quick to take a look at everything. Thanks, Denise. I appreciate that, hon. Glad to see that you're still out and about, doing some great things. And you know, I have known you for a long time. It's been a long, strange trip. It all started with a nice little house in Atchison, Kansas. You gotta love it. Piazza, brother, much love, man. Thanks for stopping in. I'm glad to see you. Glad to know you're still around and out there on that West Coast. Heard you guys had that nice little massive smoking event up there, you know, but you guys came through, pulled through. You sent me some pretty good pictures, and I appreciate your time, brother. Barry, brother, thanks, man. Yeah, it's challenging, but you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way, man. It's fun. I love every minute of it, and I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. And, you know, that's for sure. So, guys, jump into this chat. If you got any more questions or if you got anything you want to say, if I am just being ugly, stupid, whatever, guys, you know, let me know. Let me hear. Rabbit food. Sam, that ain't no lie, man, on the rabbit food thing. I still, to this day, cannot stand kale. That's why I got lucky and Skip. Skip has fun chopping up the kill. I think he's just imagining um, chopping me up. So, it is what it is. Um, hey, you know what? And the other thing for you, Mr. Samuel Burton, leave my pellet pooper alone and stay out of this. All right, guys, let's keep on going down here. So, guys, do me a favor. Uh, have I ever done a mustard rub? Yes, I have done some mustard rubs. I actually did a mustard rub on a pork loin. I think it tended really well to it. I like the acidity that it gives it, the vinegar, the acidity that it gives to it. Might tell you, don't tell everybody this that I'm telling you this, but my secret for um, a good bark and getting a rub resting, rub your meat, not like that, but rub your meat before usually start about 45 minutes before I get ready to put on. Rub it, let it come to room temperature, and then as you notice it starting to dry, if there's any spots that you missed, add a little bit more rub, add a little bit more love to it. And then when you go to put it on, you'll have good coverage. You don't have to worry as much about sweating off as it comes up to temp in the smoker. And I notice, I think I get a better smoke ring, a better smoke saturation when I go through that way. What am I cooking for Thanksgiving? Well, shoot, brother. I think it's just going to be, I think it's just going to be me and my family here in the house. So probably just a little turkey breast and do been playing around with the smoked uh, stuffing. So that's going to be kind of fun to play with. I know that you have to be careful with how you do that, when you do that, where you do that, because that bread can take a little bit too much of that smoke and make it dense on how everything is going. But outside of that, it's going to be the traditional, probably just like a little turkey breast, stuffing, all the good stuff, and sit around, watch my kids play on their computers, play on their tablets as I look over at one giving a big old yawn right now. I ought to have some fun and turn the camera on her just to embarrass the snot out of my 13-year-old. But, that'll come later. That'll give me something later to do. So, guys, I just cannot thank y'all enough for being here with me. This has been a dream. Ever since that first rack of ribs I did when I was 16. Brisket rub, keep it simple, crushed black pepper, coarse, salt and coffee grounds, onion, garlic powder, usually just salt and pepper, suggestions to step it up, but still keep it simple. I'm infantry. Brother, infantry leads the way. You know that all day long. Uh, it all depends on your flavor profile. If you want that good Texas style, salt, pepper, man, salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic, maybe a little bit of paprika, a little bit of cumin if you're going down for that Southern Texas style. But I mean, kiss, brother. It's barbecue. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. Um, let the meat speak for itself. I will say, if you are going to do a Texas style, I wouldn't worry about separating that flat and that point to make the burnt end, which is a Kansas City traditional thing. I would just leave that thing all one piece, let the jiggle and wiggle come through it, let that fat just melt and render out. Um, Give you that nice little look. Give you that nice look when you go to separate that fatty or that lean, which, break it down Barney style for anybody that doesn't understand what I mean by that, is so the brisket is two muscles. Uh, Two muscles. You have the flat and you have the point with a nice little piece of fat that separates the two. Here in Kansas City, what we'll do is we'll smoke that brisket out 14 to 16 hours, and then we'll throw that point back on for about another 4 to 6 hours, maybe tops. And that'll render that down to a nice little meat marshmallow. Where the boys down there in Texas, what they'll do is they'll just leave that whole hunk and chunk of meat whole. They'll let that go low. They'll let it go slow. Some will use a Texas crutch and wrap it with foil. Some will wrap it with paper. And we'll get into that in later broadcasts, talking about the differences in that. And it'll come out just as pretty almost beef jerky like bark that'll just melt in your mouth when it's done right. And they'll ask you, when you walk up, they'll ask you, you want fatty or lean? So when you go into Franklin's or you go into Snow's or you go into somebody like that, Black, somebody like that down there in Texas, be prepared for this question. If you say you want lean, they're going to give you the flat, which has very little fat on it. If you say you want fatty, they're going to give you my favorite part. There's going to be the back half of that flat that has a little bit of that point still on top with that nice buttery fat right there in the middle. Oh my goodness. Guys, come on. You're killing me. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. And it is 7:45 my time. I don't think I have time to go get a brisket and get it going tonight. But maybe tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Barry, brother, it is my pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. Yeah, I would believe you grunts, you marine grunts, do have a sand colored rub that you like to use. But I was thinking more of a Crayola style for you guys. Maybe a little blues, greens, reds. That blends really well with pork. So, Justin, I got something for you too, buddy. Guys, seriously, anybody in this chat, if you have any recipes you want to share with everybody else, share with me, share with the world, share with everybody who is watching on the WO Entertainment Network, who has the Guinness Book of World Records record for longest consecutive podcast. Throw it in there in that comment section for me. Give me a big, how do you do? And hey, this is what I got. Julie Little, Spud, Romaine. I use a lot of paprika. Paprika is one of those wonderful seasonings that I love to use on a lot of stuff that you gotta be careful with it though. I notice from time to time that a little bit of that, too much of that paprika, that's all you're going to taste. I kind of screwed up here a while back. I'm going to tell myself a little bit here, folks, but I used a little too much on some smoked devil eggs that I did one time, and everything was great. It had that nice smoke flavor, had that nice texture, and then I just kind of goofed up a little bit, and my hand got heavy when I was pouring out the paprika, and that was seriously all you could taste. So it was good. I tried to scrape it off and correct it, but I just didn't work very well. Ooh, Greek lamb. If you're cooking, I'm on the way. And no, Barry, you're right. They do only like the red, but us infantry boys, we got to give them the blue. We got to show them what a real grunt looks like. So, guys, I tell you, man, y'all just don't understand. This is a dream come true. When I was 16 years old, growing up here in Kansas City, the heart of barbecue country. You can say what you want about Texas. You can say what you want about Carolina, but we know good Q started and stops here in Kansas City. Everybody does their own thing, and they do their own thing well. Anybody wants to step up and give me a challenge, I'm always open for a good cook-off. I love the camaraderie. I love the challenge. But when I was 16, yeah, Australia is a little too far out to go for me to go. But you know what? Big Mo Cason has been spending a lot of time down there with the Australian guys, Aussies. And I would love to get down there and just see what you guys are about. I would love to get down and see the different cooking styles and what you guys bring to the table. But like I was saying, 16 years old, I grew up down the street from a place called Ricky's Pit Barbecue. Anybody here in Kansas City, Kansas, that grew up around that area, that grew up around the Quindaro area, you know what I'm talking about. And I can remember every Saturday smelling that smoke, just him rolling that smoke on his ribs and everything else. And I can remember when I was 16, I said, that's what I want to do. I want to make a slab of ribs that rivals Ricky's. So without knowing anything about rubs, without knowing anything else like that, I talked my mom and dad into going down to Ricky's. And at that time, you could buy his sauce, you can buy his rub, and everything else. So that's what I did. I went and got me my first full spare slab of ribs, which means it has the rib tips on it. The difference between that and St. Louis Cup, but we'll go into that later. Cooked that thing low and slow. Halfway through, I wrapped them up. I did my rub and everything just right. Last 5-10 minutes, I remember taking it off and basting my sauce on there to get it right. And I can just remember my dad. I remember my dad watching me tend my fire and, talking to me about everything. And then I can remember holding my breath. when mom and dad went to go take that first bite. And when I heard from dad, I knew I did something right. I knew that I was on my way. And mom, mom not as much, but that was to come to find out my mom's not a real big barbecue person. She doesn't like an oversaturation of smoke or barbecue sauce. So here it is. All these years later, I'm starting to learn how to cook from mom a little bit. So, what is the biggest no when smoking a brisket? The biggest no when smoking a brisket is the biggest no when you're smoking any meat. I don't care what it is. Don't rush it. Guys, barbecue, whether you do low and slow, whether you do hot and fast, is a relaxing time. It's time to relax. It's time to enjoy yourself. It's time to enjoy your family. It's time to enjoy your friends. It's time to enjoy the things around you. I had a chef tell me one time that once you learn how to do it and you listen to your meat will tell you everything you want to hear. Your ribs will tell you when they're ready to come off and get wrapped. Your brisket will tell you when it's ready to come off and get wrapped. It's all by touch and feel and love. I mean, that's the biggest thing, guys. Barbecue to me means love. There's no other way around it. It's all love. And, that's why it's a big part of my life. That's why it's a big part of everything I do. Now, Justin, you're right. KC barbecue or bust. And I know I said what I said earlier about, KC being the best, but, here's the thing to remember. Kansas City barbecue, we are a sweet heat, sweet spicy. A lot of sauce, molasses based, honey based, stuff like that. A real sweet pop pow that comes to it. Texas style, them Texas boys, depends on what part of the state you're in, much like the Carolinas. They got their stuff down to an art pretty well too. They know what they're doing. If you like that savory, that spicy, that bold, like I said, real peppery, give you that pow like beef jerky, but a lot more tender. Texas is definitely the way to go. And if you want the Tex-Mex style, you go down to, the more Mexican style, then you go down to Southern Texas. If you want the Southwestern flair, the pop, the zing, the wow, the incredible flavors of all the bold, wild, spicy flavors, all the floral, aromatic flavors, then Western Texas give you a nice Southwestern flair. So yeah, I mean that's it. And then then you get into Memphis, the dry rubs, which no sauce, its own little creature, its own little crunch, its own little bite. Not saying that it's wrong, but it's not right for this guy. In Carolinas, yeah, Carolinas. We'll talk. I can do Carolina. I can do a show on just Carolina. I mean, for me, I would love to go to Texas and see some of their stuff and kind of get a better idea of what they're doing. But Carolina, those are the guys I want to go see because that's the home of the whole hog. That's my Achilles heel. I've never done a whole hog yet, but it's going to happen. I can guarantee you that one. I can promise you that one. And when I do, hopefully every one of you all here, plus many more, will be there with me the rest of the travel, the rest of the way, and everybody can enjoy it and have fun. But like I said, we'll go into this whole North Carolina thing a long time. As for rubs, do you go commercial, add to commercial, or change profile, a custom blend? Barry, to be honest with you, as for rubs, I'm going to pull a line from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Johnny Trigg of Smoking Triggers Barbecue. Somebody asked Johnny Trigg one time while he was on the road, he said, do you make your own rub? Johnny Trigg says, no, I don't. He says, these people that make these rubs and these sauces put the time, put the effort, put the love, put the work into it. I don't need to reinvent the wheel, which is another part of my show that's going to be coming up. I have plans. I've got some things in the works where I'm going to have some guests on with me that's what they do. They make sauces, they make rubs, they make that extra little love. And I'll have all their information for you to go give them some love and or do some little bit of ordering from them. I've got Saucy Minx out of Oregon that I'm going to have on. She's a hell of a gal. I love her to death. She just, the story she's got from being around this country. She is a KCBS award-winning sauce maker and rub maker. I got a buddy of mine down in Arkansas, in Harrison, Arkansas, that I'm going to have on that just redesigned everything he has. And you can buy up to 3-gallon bottles of this guy's stuff. And I almost guarantee, told you, the first time you try it, by God, that'll be the only way you want to do it. You gotta love meat if you're going to smoke. That's right, man. I mean, I don't know. Veggies are pretty good. I've made a pretty darn good little pineapple upside down cake that I won an award with. And so, smoker's not just for me, bud. I mean, you can do your flavors and everything else. Love me some Carolina barbecue. That doesn't surprise me with that whole mustard question. Guys, excuse me for 1 second. I got to step away and take care of an issue. Angel, can you do me a favor? Please take the dog out real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. I love spicy. Julie, sounds like you're right up there with Redneck King on this one. King, I'll let you know, buddy, I still have that Moonshine Ghost Pepper barbecue sauce that I am working on making for you, brother. That is just sitting there. I cry a little bit each time I walk by that jar because I know it's going to hurt. It hurts me just smelling that thing from the outside. It's just, dude, I don't know what I'm thinking on this one, but yeah, apologize in advance. KC style rules. Memphis is decent, says the man Robert Skip Frazier, who has been all over this world trying barbecue. So that tells you something. And I also tell you that's my barbecue comp partner, guys. So I think I'm in pretty good standings there with this feller. He was a multi-award winning pit master himself before the two of us hooked up, to the point where he was also restaurateur himself and still a pit master at the best damn barbecue spot in all of Kansas City, Kansas. Don't take that from me. You look it up yourself all over 913 Food and everywhere else. And that is Slaps Barbecue, Kansas City, Kansas, down 553 Central Kansas City, Kansas. No, guys, I don't get paid to say that. I just want to show you guys where damn good barbecue's at. I'd say they're almost as good as Charlie's Pride, but I may be a little biased on that one. Yes, we are. We are going to do a host of big old pig picking, and we just got to figure out where the heck we're going to do that. And what would really be cool, Justin, is if we can hook up, head down to Texas. Let's go get some wild boars, and let's have a wild boar pig picking. I think that that with some real mushrooms. Oh my goodness, boys! Y'all, somebody on here earlier said that they were getting hungry. Dude, I'm getting hungry. I'm not even going to lie. I was so nervous going into this that, I didn't even eat before I started. And now here I am talking food, man. I'm not the brightest person in the world, but dude, guys, I've got to say, I love you guys. I love every one of y'all. Thanks for being here. Smoked venison roast. I definitely believe there's a couple people out there who can help me with that. Hey, Daniel, I seen that. I seen you this morning. I seen you all over Facebook with that pretty little deer, man. I seen you giving props to it, giving it love, and being thankful for what it got. Our very own Carl. Carl, dude, seen those pictures before I got on too. That's nothing to be shabby about, man. Let me check. Might have a pig getting placed in Texas. Skip, I think you, me, and Danny, I think heading down to Texas and out in the middle of the woods, or out in the middle of the open ground for a little while, dropping some pigs and bringing them home. I think the only thing we'd have to fight is not digging that pit and getting them going right there as we go. Guys, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I've got to say thank you. This definitely has went a lot better than I ever thought it could, ever thought it would. I've been watching as I go. I've been 5 to 7 people. I was talking with the wife tonight about this, and I told her that I was going to be happy if I got 6 people. You guys watching this chat.
You had up to 18.
Had up to 18. Crap.
Yes.
Thank you, Carl. Watching this chat blow up tells me that I am going down the right road. I am in the right place. I am doing the right thing. Dean Carey, what's going on? What is going on here? I am making people drool all over the world and getting ready to eat some barbecue, getting ready to eat something. That's what's going on here, man. We're having a good time just talking barbecue and having some fun. Tanya, there you are. There you are. I don't know if your ears were burning earlier, but I was talking about having you on with that saucy minx. And guys, we was talking brisket earlier. And Barry, you had talked about a coffee rub. Guys, go check out her website, Saucy Minx. And I will tell you, she has a coffee rub. Oh my God. You will slap your eyeballs out of your head with your own tongue by the time you get going eating this stuff. And then she also makes, Justin, listen up, buddy. Oh, you're good, brother. You're good, man. Just appreciate you're in. I don't care when you get here, just as long as you're here. Call me anything but late for dinner. But anyways, Justin, go check her out, man. She has got this house-made mustard sauce. If she still does it, dude, no sauce, no nothing going onto it when you're cooking that. You take that, you toss that pulled pork in that mustard sauce with it. You will think you just seen heaven. And guys, the greatest thing about her is she sources all of her own stuff locally up there in Oregon. She knows what she's doing. She is an award winner and is gluten-free for all those people that are either on the diet or have the celiac disease. That is your most award-winning sauce. I definitely believe it. I've got to make an order. Please tell me you have some on the shelf because I am out and my life sucks right now not having it. And this is coming from a guy that don't like sauce. So, but guys, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for talking. Thanks for being around with me. Thanks for allowing me into your life for a little bit. And guys, this is going to be an every Saturday night deal. And Saturday night, 7 o'clock, unless something changes. And we will talk more about my upcoming event on December 5th, where I am going to be taking on the one, the only, my brother from another mother, Robert Skip Frazier, and the man from the north, from Chi-Town himself, but can't make a pizza to save his life, or a hot dog, Shannon Chewing. You've heard him. You've seen him before in this chat. It's going to be a one-round cook-off between the three of us. Best man standing at the end. These are two guys, two chefs that I hold highly regard in my life and I love dearly. They have taught me so much. And now it's time for me to take what I have learned from them, and it's time to show them who number one is. And at the end of the day, it's going to be me. And the greatest thing about it is it's all going to happen right here on your screen, on your TV, on your Twitch, on your YouTube, on the world record holding WO Entertainment platforms. Folks, I don't think I can talk anymore. I know that sounds weird, but I think I'm done right now. So guys, let's give a big shout out to Justin. Let's give a big shout out to my man Carl. Let's give a big shout out to everybody at WO Entertainment for bringing a weirdo on like me in your world. Smoked SPG with rosemary. Oh, dude. I will be making an order this week. I'll let you know. But guys, thank you so much. While you're here, while you're finishing up, stick around. Stick around WO Entertainment's website, their Facebook page. Take a look around. Take a look at the rest of the shows that are on. Some of them are taking a hiatus till the first of the year because they choose to take some time with their family. Me, you guys are my family as well. And they're family, everybody's family. We're all family. If you're here on the site, you're family. If you're here watching me, wherever you're watching, you're all family. And we love you guys. But I'm the new booty on the block. I'm the young guy. So it's time for me to step up and run that. I'm not going to run the challenge again by myself. But, I'm still going to be on here. You guys are still going to hear from me. But to everybody else, to everything else, guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Skip, like you said, old age and trickery will overcome youth and skill. But as I said, I can call in that special judge for you and get her down from parts unknown, and I can still win with that one. All right, so guys, appreciate your time. Thanks for thanks for being here. Thanks for having me in your home, and I'm gonna sign out if I can figure out how to sign off this thing. Positive vibes, good karma. Thank you, my brother.
I'll end the show for you. Okay.
Carl,
Okay, people. Catch him next Saturday at 7 p.m. Central.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.